wild elephants left in Thailand who are being untouched in the wild. But I think that's kind of just a rule to think of. If you see an elephant on TV or performing, that elephant had to be abused to get there.
If you could choose, would you choose any other animals that are going extinct?
I guess I'm passionate about all animals and I love all animals, so I think if there was an opportunity where I really felt like I could make a difference, I mean right now my project is elephants, but I would do any animal.
When you started, did you expect to get here? Like when you started, just like really like an elephant?
I didn't really know what to expect. I think I just started and I just said I want to help with this, with the getting that elephant out of the LA Zoo campaign. And I just started to get more and more involved in opportunities were just presenting themselves to suddenly be in a film and to get involved in that. And I think I never knew it would get this big, but I'm so happy that I did. And this is such a dream come true, getting to do all of this. And I think it's just a result of sticking with it and keeping my connections. Like I said, I met a lot of people through that campaign and just being really passionate about this and just wanting to do more and more and working hard.
If you could take action in another issue, what would it be?
In another issue, what would it be? That's a good one, because it's always been animal rights for me. But I don't know. I think I've helped raise money for like local charities in Los Angeles involving like homeless children and things like that. But I love being for a cause and I love speaking out for causes.
So with your trip to Thailand, can you really show how much, like when you were witnessing this abuse there, like did you have any reaction, like talking to the roots or anything?
It was definitely very difficult to see an elephant be abused right in front of me and know that there was nothing I could do about it. Because, I mean, we watched these videos and you can read about it, and I mean, that's awful, but actually seeing it happen was really difficult, and I think that there were times when, I mean, I was only 14, and there were times when I really felt like it was too much, and I was like, how can I possibly ever stop this? This is so awful. But I had to kind of take a deep breath and remember that, okay, this is really sad right now, but we're going to get good footage of this, and I'm going to bring it back to the United States, and I'm going to share this with everyone that I can. And I'm going to bring this awful abuse out of the dark and let people know what's really going on, and that's how I can make a difference, even though I couldn't really in the moment.
How did you do it, like with school and everything else?
Well, I had to miss 2 weeks of school for that, and then sometimes I have to miss school now to come speak to you guys and do things like that. And I mean, it's hard to miss school, but I think my teachers are usually pretty understanding, and it's worth it, you know? I love doing this.
Right now your project is elephants, but do you see yourself maybe later doing another project?
I see myself always being in animal rights and always.
We're only laughing because there seems to be a theme about you in another area of your life.
They're waiting. They're gonna watch.
What's next?
They want to see the next movie.
I don't know what's next. I'm kind of just going with my nonprofit, and I think it's always going to be, I want to be in animal rights for a long time, but I think I always want to be for a cause, and I love public speaking, and I love journalism, and I love inspiring people and making people feel empowered to make a difference. I think I'll always be for a cause. I just don't know what it is yet.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's been bothering me since I saw the movie. And it's kind of a silly question. But the elephant was painting an elephant. It isn't like a chimpanzee who's just making a painting. The elephant painted an elephant in a tree.
Yeah.
How does that, I mean, I know that they train them with abuse,
Yeah.
but I mean, does that show the intelligence? Does the elephant recognize that it's an elephant? I'm just curious about it. Would anybody else curious?
I don't know if an elephant would recognize that they were drawing an elephant.
But they
Mhm.
do
What
have
is
a certain
interesting is
sense of
elephants can
awareness.
recognize themselves in the mirror. So, yeah, that's
Whoa.
kind of cool. But I think the painting does show a little bit of the elephant's intelligence to be able to do that. Even though they had to be abused in order to be tame enough, and I think that does show that there's a lot to them that is really amazing.
Yeah, it just seemed like, whoa. He's doing a self-portrait. And, you know, it's not like, you know, if I gave my dog a paintbrush and said paint, you know, or whatever, but I mean, here's an elephant drawing something that I could actually know what it is.
Yeah.
That showed me that these elephants are way smarter than I even thought they were.
Could you share the story about the elephant's feet? You shared the other
Oh,
the river's
yes. So someone at the last school asked me what my favorite thing about elephants was, and I said their feet. And I know that's kind of weird, but elephants' feet are very interesting because they have like sensory pads on the bottom, so they can sense things from miles away. Like in Africa, they can feel vibrations of other elephants from miles away, and it's almost like a communication thing, just like through their feet. And so I just think that that's so amazing. Yes.
I guess my question is along the lines of where the kids were going. You have such a beautiful voice for the elephant, and I want to know more and hear more. Will there be a book at some point?
I don't know. I've always wanted to write a book, or at least a children's book for kids to read about, like what's going on with that elephant in the zoo or in the circus.
That's a good
Definitely
idea.
something that.
I was even thinking along the lines of like Black Beauty and how it was from the horse's point of view and how it went through its hard life, and then, but from an elephant's voice, and you know so much about their feet. I mean, and that could all be. It just struck me as.
It's an idea.
Yeah.
Definitely, that'd definitely be fun.
I'll look for it.
How was your friends' reaction to the whole like elephant activism?
They were kind of like, well, first I got the same reaction that I get from most people, like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was going on. Like, I'll never go to the circus again. I'll never go to the zoo again. I think they were very inspired that like one of their peers was doing something like this, something that they would have never really thought to do. And I think it made them feel like, you know, they can do stuff too. They can become an activist for something locally, or they can speak out about something because Juliette was doing it and I'm their friend. And yeah, I think that it kind of empowered them and made them feel like they could do something too.
You said you would say more about the kids signing up for or writing their name for the test thing. Like, where do we
Petition.
sign?
About the petition,
Oh,
about
the
signing the
petition.
petition, how they could sign the petition.
Where do
Okay, so
Yes, there's a website specifically for the petition that has lots of information about the ivory trade, so you can get more educated on that. And we will put a link on the Juliette Speaks website. It's not there yet, but I will put it there this evening, so by tomorrow you can go to the Juliette Speaks website and then find there'll be a tab at the top for the petition. And then that link will take you over to the other website. It will give you lots of information about the ivory trade, and that's where you'll be able to sign.
And maybe your teachers can put a link to Juliette Speaks on their sites too. Right, teachers?
Some of us can.
And just on the petition, to get 1 million signatures, we just need 100,000 kids who ask 10 of their friends to sign, or get 10 of their friends to sign, and that is a